This week on The Digital Coffee, Meta wants your B2B ads, LinkedIn links get snazzy, and Instagram is working on native scheduling. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to The Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news. My name is Amanda Webb. I am an ROI mentor, which means that I help businesses like yours get more return on investment, more sales, more profit from your online marketing. You are very welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me. I can see we've got some people viewing, so I'm not seeing any comments. That could be because the system's broken, or it could be because you haven't said hello yet. If you don't want to say hello, if you want something more substantial to say, I am holding this mug because I want to know, what beverage are we sharing today? Is it tea? Is it coffee? Is it hot chocolate? Is it just, it's hot. Is it water? Have you got a nice cup of iced coffee? I would love to know. I can see people. I've guilted you into commenting because I can see the comments coming in now. Don't forget that if you enjoy this show, at 10:30 a.m. over on Twitter, we have an after show where myself and May King discuss these topics in more detail. It's a Twitter space, which means you can join in, you can come in, you can join in, you can listen in, or if you're listening on mobile, you can actually request to speak and tell me what you think as well. So don't forget to join me for that. So a good morning to everyone. I've just realized I totally need glasses because I can hardly hear what you're saying. Good morning to Simon. Great to see you. Looking summery. Yes, I am. Yesterday I tried to put a cardigan over the top to look professional when I was talking to people, and you know what? It was just too much to bear. Good morning to Deirdre over on YouTube from the sunny southeast. Well, it's sunny here in the Midlands too. Good morning, Jerry. Great to see you here. You're drinking coffee. My coffee. I had an iced coffee yesterday. I didn't have a fancy iced coffee. I just had an iced Americano. And I tell you, that's Moorish. That's Moorish, all right. Good morning to Melanie. Great to see you here. Thank you for joining me. And Marie, always great to see you here as well. You know what? Should probably start talking about the news, shouldn't I? But I hope you're all enjoying this spell of weather. You know, it's hot, but it's not too hot. That's what I think. This is the man that talks really fast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah J-Man Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
You know what? LinkedIn ads are expensive. They are hugely expensive. They are the best way if you want to reach your business to business audience. It's great for that, but it's expensive to do that. It's expensive to reach them. It's extremely expensive to convert them, which leaves businesses with a smaller budget a bit stuck. There isn't really an alternative. Or there wasn't an alternative until this week when Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, launched some new ad targeting options. And with these ad targeting options, you're able to build an audience of people who are decision makers, business decision makers. There's 3 different types of business decision maker that you can target. And that's just in your regular interest. When you go to set up your audience, you can just type in decision makers and you'll see them there. This is totally a B2B audience, which initially sounds exceptionally exciting. I was excited. I tell you, I went straight into Facebook and started constructing an audience using those. But the audience size, when I did that, 2,500 people to 3,000 people in the whole of Ireland. Not surprising, really, because that is based on your job description, and who puts a job description into Facebook? So 2,500 to 3,000 people. Now, if you're not experienced in Facebook ads, you might be going, yeah, but Amanda, that's 2,500 to 3,000 people I can now target with my ads. The problem is, in the world of Facebook advertising, that is a tiny, minuscule audience. And there's lots of factors that are going to affect you reaching those people. So, one, just because they're on Facebook and put their job description on, it doesn't mean that they log in every day, every week, at all. So that's the first thing. To actually find them when they're online is going to be a big thing. The second thing is that's a small audience. There's going to be a lot of people targeting those exact same people, not just for their B2B, but with products, because as well as being business people, they're consumers too. So they're going to get all the regular ads coming in, which means the competition is high. So to actually reach those 3,000 maximum people, you're going to have to put in quite a lot of budget. You're going to have to get really tricky with your bidding in order to reach them and your objectives. So I'm going to say, if you're targeting Ireland, it's not worth it. Where it could be worth it is if you want to expand your business into a larger region. So it is possible to target the whole of the EEC, which includes the UK. There you're going to get a substantial sized audience that you'll be able to target with these ads. Or you could target the whole of North America, for example. That works as well. That would be a substantially large audience. So if you're looking to promote yourself outside one single small country, I mean, even for the UK, it's going to have a small audience size. I think this is worth doing. So it's nice now that we have an option that isn't LinkedIn. I still think LinkedIn is the place where you're going to make your better connections. But as I said, if you've got a smaller budget, this could really be a good one.
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi!
Links on social media look really boring, don't they? And, there's a few problems with them. Number one, they just look ugly. They're like a horizontal image, unless you're running an ad on Facebook where you can change that up a bit with the text underneath. I mean, it's a whole big clickable area, which is good. And also because it's specified as a link post, the algorithms tend to show a link post to more people that are likely to click links, not more people in general, but more people that are likely to click links. So I'm one of those people that actually likes people to post links as links. Also, it pulls in the images from your website or the website that you're linking to, which can end up being quite ugly. You've probably had that problem before, which means if it's an ugly looking image, you're not capturing attention, you're not stopping people scrolling, you're not getting people to read, and you're not getting people to click. So what can you do about this? Well, what people have been doing is they've been putting, say, the link in the caption of an image. The image captures your attention, you read the text, you click the link. Or on LinkedIn, it's very popular to put the link in the comments. Now, as I said, not a fan of this at all. I think a link should be a link. If that's what you want people to do, you should post a link post. The algorithms get it. I'm going to have a rant about that on LinkedIn this week, so watch out for that one. Or you can do what LinkedIn has done. I love what LinkedIn is introducing. LinkedIn has taken a leaf out of Instagram's book, and it is allowing you to add a link sticker to your image posts. I think it's just image posts. I can't see if you're able to add it to videos and to other posts as well. But basically, look at it. It's like an Instagram sticker. This is fabulous because now you can create an image that is optimized for the right size for LinkedIn, that is eye-catching, that people will see. You won't need to hide your link away and make people do lots of work to find the link. It's going to be bang there on the image. And it's also kind of a little bit fun and snazzy and interesting. I think this is epically good news. I do think we're going to see more link clicks because it's going to be more engaging, and also because you can still add your image, you can still write your text, but you're not getting people to do too much work to find out where they need to click for more information. And just like the Instagram one, you can even customize the anchor text. You can say what people are clicking on. It's not just an ugly link that you're sharing. This has to be good news, right? I can see I've got new comments. They're hiding from me. I need to look at those. So why has nobody commented? And then it tells me there's loads. There's Making. So don't forget, 10:30 a.m. pinned tweet on my profile. You will be able to join myself and Making to talk about these a little bit more. Good morning to Howard Howie, Life by Steels. Just water for you. You're letting the side down. Well, you know what? On a day like this, Water is good. I have I have a concoction. I made 2 litres of iced tea yesterday, and the first litre has run out, but I'm watering it down with water, so it's still got all the nice flavours from the orange and the lemon in it. Japanese green tea is what Making is drinking. Obviously, a tea connoisseur there. We need to follow her. This one's not coming up. There we go. Without more user career details, it's a challenge. The London or New York, think global. Try London or New York, think global. Yes, I think, even London or New York on their own, we're not going to get a decent sized audience unless people do start putting their job descriptions in. I think you're absolutely right. I think we need to go think ourselves a lot wider. I mean, specifically now, just to get into the nerdiness of Facebook ads, that, previously an audience of 250,000 would be enough in Ireland. Now it's not. You have to go broader with your audiences because Facebook knows so little about who you're targeting. So now we should be looking for around 1 million people before we're even going to see results on our ads, which is kind of scary when you think of it. Of course, Facebook ads expert may come along and disagree with me, which is always fine.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching The Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
You may remember that I had a bit of a rant last week about Twitter Blue because Twitter Blue, which is their subscription service, decided they were going to put their prices up significantly. I think it was like $4.99 or $5.99. And I was like, but why? I mean, it's a set thing that you get for Twitter Blue. You get like these features. These individual features, you get that. Why would they put their price up and not give us extra value? Particularly when I say us, particularly when they haven't even launched it in the UK or Ireland. You have to be somewhere else to even get it. I just couldn't get my head around it. But now we know. Now we know because this week the Twitter edit button got a little bit closer, and you're going to have to get Twitter Blue if you want to be one of the first people to use it. Everyone wants the Twitter edit button. This is a great way for them to get subscribers. And just like Snapchat Plus, which is the Snapchat subscription service, it means that you are going to get extra features for the money. It means that you are going to be the first people to get new features, just like on Snapchat Plus. So now suddenly that pricing makes sense. If you are a power Twitter user and you're going to get new features like this most wanted feature ever in the whole world, you're going to have to pay more. Suddenly it makes sense. I should take my rant back from last week. Howie's laughing at Twitter Blue and still doesn't know what it's meant to be. Well, Howie, if you sign up for Twitter Blue, you get to some extra features. Basically, you get to, I think, like bookmark folders. So if you bookmark a lot of tweets, you can put them into folders so you can find them later, which could be handy. And I've totally forgotten all the rest of the features because none of them excited me at all. But the Twitter edit button. No more typos from Amanda. It's tempting. It is very tempting, I have to tell you.
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars, and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
2 of the most annoying features on WhatsApp are going to be fixed. You've heard about this. You've definitely heard about this because it made the news. It made the news that this is going to be fixed. 2 of the most annoying things that ever happen on WhatsApp. Number 1, you get joined into a group WhatsApp chat and you decide to leave. And when you leave, a little notification comes up for everyone to see saying you have left the chat. It looks like flouncing. Even though you haven't flounced, you haven't declared it, it's like WhatsApp are doing it for you. So you tend to stay in these groups and mute them and do all sorts of things, just not to upset or to look like a flouncer. But now you will be able to leave without anyone knowing except the admins of the group. Which, I don't even want the admins know. I get added occasionally to, a group that was about, a party that was happening. And then, I can't go to the party, or I don't want to go to the party, they're still going to know I left. Or there's a party happening and I can't go to the party, and the party happens, and then 6 months after the party, people are still posting the group, you want to leave. I don't want to offend the person who owns the group, so I'd rather they didn't know, but still I think it's better than looking like a flouncer. So that's good. The second one, I think this is going to help resolve a lot of conflict. At the moment on WhatsApp, you can switch on or off people knowing that you're online. But now you'll be able to switch it on or off for individual people. So, if you've got a really good friend and they're obviously sitting there waiting for you to be online, or they see that you've seen their update, or they see you're online and you haven't looked at their posts, that can start lots of conflict. And actually, that's easily resolved if they could never see it. So I think this is a good thing, because you still want to be friends with that person. You don't want to get in a row with that person, but maybe you're not ready to look at their message right now. I've seen this sort of conflict arise so many times. I think this is good. And the third feature, which isn't related to anything particularly annoying, is the, what is it, Amanda? When you send a disappearing message, so these are ones that people can only view once, you'll be able to set it so people can't screenshot it. So my initial thought about this, maybe it's just my mind, was that this would be good for sexting, because obviously, that can be a really important part of a relationship, but you don't necessarily want people to keep those images so that they can distribute them elsewhere. I think, that is a really positive. So a big thumbs up for WhatsApp. Good job. I think these features were well needed. Looking forward to seeing more from them in the future.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Over on Facebook, I actually like doing this. I think I've just declared my nerdiness before you even know what it is. When you see an ad on Facebook, you can click the 3 little dots at the top of the ad, and you can see why you're seeing that ad, and it will give you some broad ideas. This person wants to reach people between this age group and this age group, based in Ireland, to a female. Sometimes it will throw up an interest as well that they're trying to target. You can also then click through to the privacy center, and you can see all the things that Facebook thinks you're into. So you can see all the reason people are targeting you with ads, and sometimes you find that they think you like something that you don't. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to tell Facebook I am not a parent. I work with a lot of businesses, so sometimes I look at parenting stuff. It keeps putting me back as a parent. Sometimes that's quite encouraging that it doesn't know me really. Anyway, I'm going off track. That's always been really useful. It's really useful for research as well, to find out how accurate things are and to find out why ads are targeting me. Why am I telling you this? Good question. I'm telling you this because TikTok is adding this option. So now when you see an ad on TikTok, you're going to be able to see why you're seeing it, and you'll also be able to see a little bit about what TikTok knows about you, which is good news. It's good news. And I think it's important for TikTok because people are so concerned about their privacy and the privacy of their children. And TikTok worries people because there's a whole lot of stuff going on about sharing data with China. People are worried. So this, from their point of view, adding more tools like this, looking as if they're transparent about privacy, is really huge. And it's also good to know, now I'll find out why colleges think I've just done my Leaving Cert. I know I look young for my age, but maybe not that young. I can see, yes, Howard reacting to my sexting. Too early in the morning for that. Yes, well, exactly. But, it's an important use of such a tool. I would imagine. I have never done such a thing. I would just like to say I've never sexted in my life. I have received images that I haven't asked for from, men.
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the FOMO Creator, and you have been watching the Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
I love Twitter Spaces. If you've not been on a Twitter Space before, what they are is, and I know many of you have joined on my Twitter Space, but a Twitter Space is it's just a chat. It's like having a chat down the pub, in a coffee shop, at a meeting. except it's audio only, so you can't see us, and it's on Twitter. So it's just a room that you go into and you have a chat. It's absolutely, I like it. I run a Twitter space 10:30 a.m. every Friday morning with Mei King Sang, who you just saw, where we discuss, it's an after show for the Digital Coffee. But the thing about this is, if you're listening back, there's a lot of stuff that's irrelevant there. There's a lot of banter and chatter and laughter. We even had karaoke singing a few weeks ago. How do you share those nuggets that are really great from that? How do you direct people to that? Well, you could go to a lot of hassle and download it and use clip it, but now you're actually going to be able to clip those sections that you like from your conversations and share them on Twitter. So this could be funny moments, things that made you laugh. It could be when somebody said something brilliant. It could be that karaoke moment from a few weeks ago. You're going to be able to take the important pieces out and share them. Which one will be great and interesting content. It will give people who have shared that, a lot of joy to be able to see it. And you will also be able to show how great your Twitter space is if you run a regular one like me, so people will tune in next time. I know this has been available on Clubhouse. Does anyone Clubhouse anymore? But now it's available for us on Twitter Spaces. And to be honest, I don't have it yet. I am excited to be able to use it. There's Jerry, who's watching on YouTube. And he's watching on YouTube and an ad starts. Well, that's annoying because I'm not monetized on YouTube, which means they're making content off the back of this without paying me any money. Well, thank you for joining me on Facebook, Jerry. I really appreciate it. I heard they did such things, but I wasn't aware of it. Thanks for letting me know, Jerry.
Hi, I'm Danielle from Redbow, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Do you remember before you could schedule content on social media? It seems like a long time ago now. I remember when I found Hootsuite. We're talking 13, 14 years ago. I found Hootsuite and discovered I could schedule content using Hootsuite to go out when I wanted it to. And it was like my life changed. Now, I know when I first started talking about scheduling, there was a lot of backlash. They were like, no, social media, you need to be in the moment. You need to post in the moment. But realistically, as businesses who need to market their business, you can't do that all the time. You have to have specific things that happen at specific times and schedule content. I know, you know that now. And it was nicer, even nicer, when Facebook rolled out native scheduling. So you were able to schedule to your Facebook business page via Facebook directly. It was just magical, because if you couldn't afford it, like Hootsuite, when I used it, was free. It's expensive now. So it was greater for smaller businesses that they could actually schedule from Facebook. And also, where else is Twitter? Now, I know Tim Lewis joined me on my Twitter space last week and said that was very glitchy, but even Twitter on desktop and on TweetDeck allows you to schedule content there as well. We still can't schedule on LinkedIn. Come on, LinkedIn. Although some third-party tools will do it for you. Great for anyone that can't afford those third-party tools. And now Instagram is working on allowing you to schedule from the app. But Amanda, you could already schedule to Instagram from not Creator Studio, Business Suite, Facebook's Business Suite app. Why do you need to schedule natively? Well, I suppose sometimes you need to use the inbuilt tools from Instagram. You want to use the poll sticker. You want to create interactive content. You want to use one of their filters. You want to use one of the effects that looks really cool. You want to use that. And you can't do that when you're scheduling from somewhere else because you don't have access to it. So this way you'll be able to create your posts, your stories, your reels, all within Instagram and schedule from Instagram, which, to be honest, is going to be a massive time saver for social media managers and for businesses. I can't wait to see how it works. Big long comment from Deirdre. I may even need to get my glasses out. Let's see if we can work it out. The WhatsApp departure announcement is good when someone adds me to odd subjects, e.g. a wine discussion. Woo! Don't do alcohol. Never have. I know nothing. Don't mind who sees I've left. Well, there you go. That's true. That's the problem with WhatsApp, isn't it? You do get added to random groups. I do tend to leave them straight away, but I'm just like, I don't want to be seen as being a flouncer. That's just not what I do. I do drink wine, but still, I wouldn't want you to add me to a WhatsApp group for that. No, I only use it for like personal connections. I can see Jerry saying he's used Tumblr since I found it works well for late posts. I'm confused. What obviously Tumblr has new features since I used it. It used to just be a blogging platform. So I'm interested to hear more about that, Jerry. I want to know how you're using it. That's it. Wow. That's it. I've raced through the news today. I can't wait to get back outside in the sunshine, and that is where I will be for our Twitter space at 10:30 a.m. So don't forget to come and join us. There is a pinned tweet on my Twitter, which is @Spiderworking. Come and join us. Even if you just want to listen, if you want to speak, you can request to speak and have your own say on these topics. If you don't join me there, I will be back here, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.